Hello, welcome back to Feel River Forum. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, this is Bernard Ishibontin in Atlanta, Georgia. If you haven't subscribed, this is the time to subscribe, share with friends and family, and also let your friends, your family, your acquaintances, everybody, your associate, co-workers, let them know how informative this particular forum is. We talk about all kinds of issues around the world, regional, cultural, geopolitical issues, social, economic, everything that is of importance. We talk about it, and like I said, nobody is repository of all knowledge. No, in other words, nobody knows everything. None of us is a storehouse of all knowledge. We learn from each other, and so there's a lot of things you may know I don't know. There's a lot of things I may know you don't know. So that is what this forum is about. We talk about a lot of issues. There may be, you may not like this particular segment. There may be another one you like. So tell your friends and family that this informative forum is unscripted. We don't write anything down. That is how authentic this particular forum is. We just talk about issues, what comes up in the mind here, we talk about it. So if you have any conversation, any this particular discussion you want us to talk about, bring it up. You have the email. You can just go on the comment side and just like and share with your friends, and then what comment you want or anything you want us to talk about, debate, we can talk about it. So once again, this is Feel River Forum, and I'm Bernard Ishibontin in Atlanta, Georgia. So today's discussion will be a question, will be about or a statement. I'm looking for the right one. A lot of times we hear a lot of people saying that they're looking for the right partner, a right man, a right woman, a right guy, a right girl, somebody to spend time with, intimate relationship, form a relationship, or marry or wherever with. So you hear that all the time. I heard it, maybe you haven't heard about it, but I heard it. I'm looking for the right one. You hear women saying that all the time. You hear guys saying that all the time. So my question is, where can you find the right one? Where? First of all, who is the right one? What constitutes right one? When you say right, for me, I'm scared when people say they're looking for right one. Right one connotes, or it just assumes something righteous. Right. There's difference between correct and then right. Whenever you say right, right means you are talking about in terms of judgment call, moral call. And it's not easy to trying to find somebody, morally right person. It's not easy to form relationship, intimate relationship, or to be, in partnership in terms of, intimate relationship or wherever. It's not easy, or married. It's not easy. So ask anybody who has married for a long time. It can be 20 years, it can be 15, 10 years, 50 years, or 30 years. They will tell you that there's no such thing as right person or right woman or right man. It's a process. Relationship is a process. It's a working process. Or in other words, it's just like a flower, or you plant a seed. You have to keep on nurturing, watering it for it to. So as soon as when you stop watering it, it's not going. The crop or the plant is not going to turn out to be right. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever relationship you are in, whether heterosexual, homosexual, wherever relationship you're in, it's a process. It's a working process. It's something you have to nurture it, something you have to water it, you have to nourish it, with some plant food or wherever. So that is how, so there's no such thing. The point I'm making is there's no such thing as looking for the right one, because the precondition, the first condition of getting the right one is you as a person, the individual who is looking for the right one, you have to be right yourself. You have to be right yourself in order to meet the right one. And what did I mean by this? It's just like you're driving a car and you have a flat tire. You cannot reach your destination until you do what? Until you change the tire, the flat tire. Because when you travel along, marriage or relationship is a long journey. And so if you get a flat tire, before you get to your destination, you have to change that tire. So it's just like an attitude, your attitude, your mindset, your behavior, your actions towards other people, how you connect with people. If that attitude is nasty, disrespectful, who want to deal with that? So that's what I use that metaphor. See, most of the time when I'm presenting my views or whatever, I use metaphor because that is how brain understand things. That is how the mind understand things. We make association with some things, analogies, and that is how compare and contrast other things. That is how brain make sense out of the word, right? So attitude or looking for right one is just like you having a flat tire. If you don't change it, you can't reach your destination. And so a lot of times you hear a lot of sisters, a lot of women, brothers, I'm waiting. What are you waiting for? Oh yeah, man, I haven't get a right one. What? Really? Have you decided to change your attitude first? So that is a precondition of getting. So there's no such thing as getting a right woman or getting a right man anywhere in the world. Nowhere. No mortal human being is right. Because right is a judgment call. It's a moral evaluation. So you are making a moral assessment. And that is not easy. It's more subjective and relative, right? And things like that, it's not easy to come up with. And so the first precondition of getting a right person to marry or to be in relationship with, whatever relationship it is, you as a person, you have to be right first. You have to make sure that you put yourself in the right position before you can even talk about right. So when you sit there, you will sit there to the end of the world without meeting the right person, the right guy, or the right woman, because you have to change that nasty attitude, that stuck-up attitude that you think that you're better, I have all this kind of education, I'm smart, I'm pretty, I'm beautiful, I'm handsome, this and that and that. So you set a bar high for yourself, and so nobody will be willing to deal with that. It's just like you have a flat tire. Change that attitude, change that tire. If you want to reach your destination, that is what it is. So there's no such thing. Let me repeat it. There's no such thing as right person, right man, or right woman anywhere, because like I said, ask all those people who have married for a long time, right? And they will tell you that relationship or in any intimate relationship, marriage is not easy. It's a working process. Yeah, I have some sisters who have married for a long time. One in Accra, in Ghana, very beautiful, nice woman. One of my older sisters. She is in a very healthy, good relationship. If you ask her, she will tell you that marriage is not easy. It's a working process. So you have to, if you want a man to stick with you for a long time, then if you want a woman to stick to you for a long time, then you as a man or woman has to be right yourself. That is how you find right. So other than that, you cannot find right person anywhere in the world. Change your attitude. Change that nasty attitude. Change that stuck-up attitude and think that you know everything in this world. And that is how you can meet the right one. Other than that, you cannot find any right one. The only place you can find a right person to marry is in the cemetery. That is where you can find them because, but in this right here in this world, where we are all living beings here, you can find right one anywhere. So the point I'm making is the first condition for anyone to meet a right person in this world we are living in is you as a person who is looking for the right one. You have to be willing to be right yourself. Then and only then that you can probably work with somebody who can also be saying, okay, I'm also looking for the right one. So let's try. What do you bring to the table? Let's all change our flat tire, that attitude, that flat tire. Like I said, flat tire. If you change that flat tire, then you can reach your destination. So that is how it is. So other than that, as far as anybody, including me, as far as anyone, a man or woman, a girl or a boy, sitting somewhere and deceiving his or herself into thinking that she or he can meet a right one, it just be lying to, himself or herself, because right one doesn't exist anywhere. So like I said, ask those people who have married for a long time or in a relationship, in a very healthy relationship for a long time. It's not because they're able to sustain that relationship because the people in that relationship are right. There's no such thing as right person in relationship. It's because that person is willing to be right. Not necessarily mean they are right, but they are willing or they are trying to be right. They are trying to be, striving to be right. And that is why that relationship has been able to stand the test of time, or has been enduring, has been, self-sustaining for the long time. That is what it is. So as far as looking for the right one, it doesn't exist anywhere. That is what I have for you today, that there's no such thing as looking for the right one. The only place you can find the right one is you as a person. You have to be willing to be right yourself. And then, and only then, that maybe you can also meet somebody who is also looking for the right one. And then you find a way to compromise, find a way to work, iron out your differences, and then, start being in that kind of relationship. And like I said, it'll be a work in progress. It's a working process. You have to keep on, make it work. And so you ask anybody who has been in a long-term relationship, they will tell you. So like I said, one more time, let me re-emphasize this before I end it. There is no such thing as looking for the right one. The first condition for anybody to get to that point is you as a person who is looking for the right one. You have to change. You have to change things. You have to be right yourself, whatever that means. Then and only then that probably you may have a good chance of also meeting somebody who also saying the same thing you are saying. Other than that, you will never find any right person anywhere in the world. Nowhere. And I repeat, nowhere. So that is what it is. So, and once again, change that attitude or change that flat tire. If you don't change that flat tire, you cannot reach your destination. You drive in a car and you get a flat tire. You change that before you reach your destination. So that is how our life is. If you don't change that attitude, nobody, no man, no woman want to deal with you. So that is what I have for you. And once again, this is Fin River Forum. Subscribe, share with friends and family. Like I said, this unscripted forum. We talk about everything: geopolitical issues, cultural, social, economic issues, issues of international, regional, importance. So I will end here and I'll talk to you another time. Have a good day.